Good afternoon to all, and welcome back to day number 2 of your high school championship. It is the Play vs. 2020 Fall Series. More importantly, is day number 2 of our high school run, and that means I am back on the desk joined with Brody. And then again, tomorrow we get into some of our championship actual brackets. So a lot of these teams are still fighting for their spots, fighting over who's going to represent who in the region. We saw the conclusion yesterday of, God, so many matches, but so few games. I mean, we had Deering High, the Phoenix, Massachusetts, all the way down to New York, Michigan, Mississippi, all the way down the list. It was a absolutely impressive run for a lot of these teams, but also surprising. I mean, we did not get a single Game 5 yesterday, Brody, but I have a feeling today things might be a little bit different as we have 8 best-of-7s to go through today. But I want to get your thoughts on, first, how you doing? Second of all, are you looking forward to potentially something other than a 4-0 today?
I'm doing great. And you know why I'm doing great today, Sean?
Why
because I know for a fact that we are going to see a Game 5 today. We're not going to see one Game 5. We're going to see 8 of them. I'm convinced. I no more 4-0s. We've spent our fair share of 4-0s. I'm completely convinced that today is going to be all close matches. There will be no stompings like we kind of saw in the last 2 matches of yesterday. And this is going to be a day of close Rocket League. I just know it. I can feel it in my spine.
I spoke with one of our RLCS casters last night, and they said, "Hey, did you commentate over Deering?" I'm like, "Yeah, I did." And he's like, "Yeah, did they smoke?" I'm like, it was back and forth, but everything was a 4-0, so you could have said that about anyone." Again, I was still just unbelievably impressed with the 2v3 we saw yesterday with, I believe it was Louisiana. Yeah, Emerson and Speed, they just kind of ran away with that one. It was a 2v3. They took the series 4-0. Everyone got 4-0 swept yesterday. So now we move into our first matchup, which will be the Kentucky region. It's Dupont versus Shelby County. Shelby County, of course, consisting of Primo, Goomba, and Yo-Yo. I believe they made a team change since February is the last time they played as a full roster. They played during the Play versus Fall 2019 Rocket League Championship, which took place in February 2020. So this team's had some time to gel. On the other side, though, for Dupont, again, playing against history here. Shelby County is a pretty good squad, and the last time they played in at least the Play versus, what I was able to find, it was, I believe, a 4-1 win, and they took it to a Game 5. So certainly have your stakes cut out for you trying to secure the Kentucky region. But Brody, talk to me a little bit what about it means, that's English, what it means for these players to represent their home state and potentially make a run for tomorrow's championship.
It means a lot, right? I think, it's always a kind of thing, right, where it's like you get your opportunity to represent even your hometown, your county, whatever, right? If you represent your region in any given sport or esport, in any competition ever, you're going to be feeling pretty good about that because A, it means you're representing your region, right? For one, obviously, but B, it means that you're one of the best players in that region. It's a massive confidence boost, right? And I think for a number of these players, it's going to be pretty good. You can officially walk away from this to say, hey, I'm one of the best Rocket League players in Kentucky. 1v1 me, suckers. And that's the attitude I want to see from these players going into game 1.
We'll see if that's actually what the player comms sound like. But until we get to that point, let's get into game 1 of our best of 7. This is our first matchup of the day. Again, Kentucky, you're on the clock. Let's see what you can do. Shelby County, keep eyes on them. And remember, folks, that the spring enrollment is now live for Play versus. Spring enrollment is open. Sign up today to compete in this spring for your chance to take home a championship. Spring season kicks off March 1st for all players involved. We get into game number 1. Rockets Gold versus the Manual Crimsons. You will have your Shelby County in blue and DuPont in orange. But still, I do wonder, are we going to see the same status of games? Yesterday, sure, teams were able to bring out a different level of speed against one another, but a lot of it came down to kind of basic Rocket League. There was a disparity between the skill of a lot of teams. I don't know if we'll get that same status today, but I do think we will start seeing more cohesion amongst the units, and maybe we will get some other 4-0s. But for now, still no one to score yet. Almost a minute gone here in game number 1. All best of 7s, you guys know the drill, single elimination. Let's get into it.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to see more team play coming out of this today, of course. I mean, a lot of what we saw in day number 1 was individual plays, just relying on that mechanical skill. I need to see something different coming into day number 2, and I know we're at the same stage of the tournament, so the likelihood of that is relatively low. But hey, we saw one of the most unlikely results ever yesterday, right? Which is 4-0s across the entire day, and of course, those last couple of games, where it was essentially 20 goals, the difference between the two teams competing. So anything can happen, of course. As I said yesterday, this is Rocket League, but as you say, we're getting into this one now. Rocket Gold looking for the ball as they make their way through to the orange half. Yuma's going to have to play defense for a moment. He clears it to the right corner. Flamey Ducky is there to meet it, though.
A couple of times yesterday, I was like, yep, this is Rocket League. And then a couple of times I was like, is this Rocket League? I'm not sure. But still, teams were able to make the most out of the situation. Low cross, no connection, though. So you like to see the setup early. Try to break down the boards if you can. That one's going to fall precariously back down, and it hangs for a moment, though. Backline completely open. This might be a goal. A little pinch in, but connection for the defense for the Manual Crimson certainly holding on. No one to score yet. Still 0-0. Demo out. Man advantage at midfield. Challenge 1. In contest, we go to the corner. It's Rockets Gold. And, you know, we talked about Shelby County a couple of times, but these players have made the team change since February, the last time they played into play versus championship bracket, and now they come in here and certainly a bit to prove.
Yeah, absolutely. We're looking now for this the win for both teams. Let's see who can become our Kentucky representative in that final bracket. There's no one scoring so far. Majority of the game has already passed. Of course, we've hit that 50% mark in this one. With 2 minutes 20 left on the timer, an opportunity here presenting itself for the Rockets goal. Goes down in front of it. Is anybody going to be able to meet it? Absolutely not. It's a great back it away from Jujen. I don't know if you say that. Jujen? I don't know. My English is not my first language.
I don't. You know what? Look, these are. Look, we have seen our fair share, and by fair share I mean like thousands of amateur tags, names, etc. At some point, you just kind of assume that anything is possible. So if it's Gurgen, if it's Jurgen, it's either way. It all works for me. All I know is that they have so much pressure being applied at the moment, and with only a minute 44, they've only had 2 or 3 chances to go for a counterattack. However, they are playing great midfield defense, which is something we did not see a lot yesterday because there were so many blowouts, but they lose the long clear, and now you're looking for at least a cross, pinch off the sidewall. That one, good enough. Follow in, any save, and it'll be knocked out.
Oh, that's such a chance. One missed again, and it's Plasma able to save a shot from Yo-Yo. Maybe getting away now is Jurgen looking for it. Yo-Yo able to come down. Yet another chance here, but Plasma gets it away. And you got a feeling the Rockets gold, they're going to regret that chance there as Goomba's going to have his wheels in his hands. I don't know, bonnet, I don't know. Regardless, Rockets gold here looking for another chance. Yo-Yo brings the ball up. There's going to be a player there to meet. Just goes over the goal, a little bit wide. Still, the threat's still there for the Manual Crimsons. And now Goomba gets it up. And again, it's this space. Rockets gold getting it past. You need another player. And unfortunately, Goomba all alone. Flame and Ducky able to whack it away, but still danger here for the Rockets goal. Just 40 seconds left, and they are not giving this one up.
Hard pressed this offense has been through that right corner of the orange half. So credit to Manual Crimsons for finding ways to deny the goal. That one's a pinch that works out. Plasma will find the first one here. The equalizer comes out. 29 seconds to go. Not a great clear, but just a heads up from Plasma to go for the challenge, and it works out.
Well, I feel kind of bad now for the Rockets gold, right? I mean, they had so much pressure mounting for the longest amount of time. And it's kind of funny that the Manual Crimsons are the one that break the pressure in the end and end up scoring first. And now with 20 seconds left on the clock here, that's not a lot of time to force OT, but they do it anyway. Pass comes in from Yo-Yo up to the sky. Primal flies high to meet it. And you see it here. Yo-Yo just clips it with the end of his car. Primal comes down. And it's a goal for the Rockets goal. I mean, they had to get one eventually, but to do it with 20 seconds left on the clock, that's brilliant from them.
All set up by Yo-Yo in the assist. That ball probably gets saved away if he doesn't go for the second extension. So we'll probably see an OT here, barring a goal from either side, obviously. 10 seconds to go. This one comes back to the ground, but we'll sky it anyway. Running a bit of boost. Keep this one in the corner. Leaves it back to Yo-Yo. Extension comes up. Centered. Who's there for the cross? No one. We go to OT.
And all that pressure from the Rockets goal, they kind of feel a little bit hard done by, you might imagine. Only being in overtime here and not walking away with a win. Now though, can they finish it in overtime? That's the question. As again, the pressure's starting to rise. It's going to be a back away here from the Manual Crimsons. They managed to get it in the midfield. That's a potential shot. Oh no, it's a beautiful shot as well. But Primal there to meet it. That would have been so nice. But luckily, the Rockets goal, they are not that bad in positioning. They have a defender back ready for it.
We've seen them change up their offense a couple of times in this game. First, it was moving through the corner. Then it was moving through midfield. Now it's trying to use the backboard. What a tank off the ceiling. Nice little second touch there. This one's going to get centered. No one near net. That's a fall away. And a nice floater in OT. It looked good since he took it off the sidewall. No one in contention. There you go. The interception works out. 2-1 win. Manual Crimsons take game 1. And I know they were probably a little bit nervous after giving up that 22nd goal. But still, it's a 1-game win and a current 1-0 lead in the series.
Yeah, absolutely. Really well played there from the Manual Crimsons. Of course, they're able to get a couple of situations in their favor. Plasma and Flaming Ducky earning their respective goals. But again, Sean, I've really got to feel bad for Rockets Gold there. Goomba's going to be kicking himself, right? I mean, absolutely, Goomba is going to be kicking themselves there at the end of game number 1 because they had an open net. They had it. There was a goal right in front of them.
Yep.
And then they just kind of fumble the ball, quite literally. They roll over and aren't able to get what was an open goal. And it would have been a 2-1 win to them. But 1-0 down in the series now. Honestly, again, I got to feel bad for Goomba.
You know, yeah, they certainly, it surprised me. They were able to change up and switch their offense the way they were attacking the net, which was nice. And the one goal they got was off the assist in the extension, so the aerials were certainly connecting, but a lot of it just came down to spreading the defense out, which for Dupont was not an issue. They were able to hold on for the moment, and they capitalized on the counterattack the other way. But I was impressed with what Shelby County threw at the board because a lot of times we see teams stick to one game plan and they just run the clock out like that. But Dupont do take game 1, and you know, getting to those midfield challenges, which was big. Again, we're going to start seeing some differences compared to yesterday's gameplay for a lot of teams. So let's get into game 2. And I still wonder, will Dupont again find ways to challenge that midfield line? It worked out for them. They were able to kind of slow down the push of Shelby County. And while Shelby County took the majority of the shots in that game, having that midfield presence does limit their ability to counterattack. It does limit their ability to get out. So if you continue to boost starve them, they can only hang around on the backboard and block away your shots for so long before they physically cannot get their car in position to make them stop. So yeah, Dupont played game 1 pretty well. And it just came down to a couple of executions for Shelby County that they just missed out on. But everyone else, though, doing their part. A couple of long whiffs. We'll call that a tactical clear. And we'll go to the sidewall. We stay in the blue half for the moment. 2 defenders roaming back. It's a long one, redirected from Goomba, but the challenge in the front of the box saved away. Plasma with a second touch there. And we go back to the midfield line.
That would have been a very nice touch to close out an early goal here for the Rockets Gold. Of course, their biggest problem in game number 1 wasn't that they were able to finish, and there it is, Goomba making up for the mistake that we saw in game number 1. Able to finish this time. Ball gets passed to him and away. It was an attempt at a clear from Jurgen. And unfortunately, no one there for the Manual Crimsons to save. And the Rockets Gold here, happy to take goal number 1 in this one. After so long in game number 1 of just being unable to score, they do it here.
And won the kickoff as well. Crimson's going to extend. Might be a shot there. One thing we're actually seeing both teams do that, again, the differences from yesterday's matches is we are seeing the distance be pulled out more. So yesterday you saw people bring the ball up, they'd run point, bring it to the front of the box, they'd bring it right to the goal line. Now, again, you're seeing teams start to spread the field more, play through midfield, play through that upper third in the blue half and the orange half, and they're taking shots from the midfield, which, again, is what players who have practiced more and more and more, and teams that are more composed and cohesive as a unit, that's what you're going to see them do the majority of the time. So we're not seeing a lot of pressure on the goal line compared to what we saw yesterday because there is a confidence with your shooters on the field. Plasma going to get stuck in the corner. We're going to go back to midfield with this one. Nice pinch off the wall. That one's going to ricochet down. And you have Yo-Yo in transition with plenty of boost as well. Ball gets taken away. Pass up to the sidewall and Goomba into the corner.
Good clear here from Goomba. Has to win this 50. It's a good one for Jurgen, but here it is. Danger here for Primal. Gets it down to it. Yo-Yo ready for it. Unfortunately, no one there to receive. So there should be a clear here for the Manual Crimsons, but still in danger as Primal going for it. And that's what you really want to see. We talked about this yesterday, just that lack of aggression in a number of teams, the unwillingness to just go for those final shots. And you're actually seeing that here from the Rockets Gold. They're not scared to go for these shots when it matters, even if it does mean they find themselves out of position on the defense. But here it is, lovely from Goomba, serves it up for Primal into the upper 90. And there it is, Primal gonna close out what was a beautiful pass from Goomba.
It's a great flip. Reminds me of Triple Trouble saving it up to Rick's Ronde back in January of the Rival Series. Sometimes the simplest goals are the prettiest. It's a 2-0 lead for the moment. And Shelby County in a commanding lead. And this is very different Rocket League that you're going to see, is, you know, compared to a lot of high school teams. I mean, the speed at which these players are playing at, it reminds me of you know, younger organizations in the CRL. It reminds me of you know, maybe top 10 type of situation, not necessarily at the top of the collegiate Rocket League scene, but they're this good and this quick with their decision making already. Man, they're going to be forces in the CRL and in the collegiate Rocket League academies if they do eventually make that jump. So, very impressive. Ducky, going to check out one big bump at the net. That's going to be a goal. The bump out, it works out, and you know, sometimes you just need a lead blocker there to help things.
Oh, that looks so nice, doesn't it? Ducky gets it, and I think the bump even really connected.
Yeah, I think Primal just stopped because he was worried about getting hit, and then when he stopped, it was a free lane. So either way, a bump, a fake, it doesn't matter. It's a goal.
Deer in headlights there for Primal, as it is going to be a goal, as you say. Now we've got a game for us here, Sean. 2 minutes 15 left on the clock. Yo-Yo goes for number 3, just a little bit high off the backboard. Primal once again there to meet it. That's the second goal for him. And the Rockets' goal here, they respond in kind. The Manual Crimson's getting on the board.
Crossbar is so detrimental to most teams. Finally, though, that's where we always harp on second and third chance opportunities, because we understand that teams will miss. They will hit the crossbar, they will hit the backboard. So you need that second and third chance to give you a real good look at the net. However, with 2 minutes to play here in game 2, Manning lead 3-1, but not yet. Going to sing this one away. Still be broken. Just need to get some possessions back if you are the Manual Crimsons. Dupont have a 1-0 lead in the series. At the moment, they do have midfield control. Plenty of boost. Let's see what they're able to do. Going to try to take it over by himself. Will do so. Uses the top bar to his advantage. Bar down. It's Gurgen. Makes it 3-2.
Gurgen just carries this all the way to the bar. Lovely little hit. Don't know if he was sure it was 100% going in, but it doesn't matter anyway, as it does. And again, we have a game here, Sean. 1 minute 40 left on the clock. 3-2 is the score. The Rockets' goal have their noses out in front. And this has just been an incredible showing from these two teams. Both of them, I think, correcting some of the mistakes seen. And maybe this is a goal, but it's a great clear from Primal, who has been the MVP so far from me in this game.
7
Rockets'
shots.
goal, definitely relying. Yeah, he is
He
doing
got
some
7
serious
shots.
work for
Like,
this team.
I'd be giving him MVP as well. Still, though, in the minute 18, a couple of 50 wins that went Manual Crimson's way off the kickoff, and they've kept this ball in the blue half. That one's going to bounce around. Decent save out. Recentered. No problem, though. Rockets' goal will have plenty of time to get back to midfield, but you're seeing Plasma get very physical on a lot of these counterattacks, trying to disrupt the lane. There's a good-looking shot. A lot of these shots for Manual Crimsons have been low, and that's good because you're causing the defense to double commit at the bottom of the frame, which again gives you a chance to get behind them. Still, that ball's going to hang in midfield. Off the backboard we will go. Nice redirect to get it out. Second touch and the extension, and they should be able to save it away. They will.
Good save from Flaming Ducky. That would have been the dagger in this game with 25 seconds left. I feel like that might be coming very soon, though. There was a bit of pressure not that long ago from the Manual Crimsons here to at least leave Rockets Gold feeling a little bit sweaty, but let's see if it amounts to anything here as the Rockets Gold have the ball in the orange half. Facing the pressure here are the Manual Crimsons to just get this ball away, and unfortunately they cannot do so. This is really great from the Rockets Gold in the final few seconds, just continue to waste time. Just want to dead that ball. If not, you can have another goal. Why not? Onto the rope, but still.
Oh, he just gave it right back to him.
Not done. Just drop the ball.
If it was that simple, I think a lot of teams would be having a much better run in the pro league if they could just drop the ball. But
just drop the ball.
Just drop the ball. Come on, it's the easiest strat. But you know what this means, Brody? Shelby County take game 2. This means we are guaranteed a game 5. We are guaranteed something other than a 4-0. It is truly a different day. It is truly a new sight. Even Ducky's like 1-1 series, right? Like that.
Yeah.
We got that right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, absolutely. Goddamn, absolutely, you're right. 1-1 in this series. That means, of course, we are going to see the hailed Game 5, which we didn't get any of yesterday. There wasn't any Game 5s at all. It was 4-0s throughout the entire day. Yep. You know what I said at the start of this broadcast, John?
What did you say?
I said it was going to be Game 7s throughout the entire day.
I'm
confident that is going to happen.
Might be right.
I'm confident that we're going to get Game 7s. Because this one is very closely matched, right? You take a look at these two teams at the moment, Dupont and Shelby County, and both of them are just playing extremely well, and they both have chances. They are both saving the ball when necessary as well. Unfortunately, of course, there are a couple of mistakes still, hence the match line being 3-2 in that one. But still, these guys are really talented. I'm looking forward to see what we get in game number 3.
No, certainly. Look, there's always going to be, and this is not a negative slight, there's always going to be mistakes at this level, because we're not expecting them to be as polished as collegiate Rocket League. We're not expecting them to be as polished as RLCS, obviously, but these are the two best looking teams I've seen. I mean, and maybe yesterday it was hard because a lot of it was just kind of blowouts, and it's hard to gauge the rosters there. But I mean, just in terms of speed and connecting on hits and challenges, these are the two best teams I've seen so far. So let's get into game number 3. And we are guaranteed a Game 5, which is a different change of pace and a welcome one, because everything was a 4-0 yesterday, which means that we are guaranteed to at least go one extra game. I believe all the players should be okay. We'll make sure the kickoffs are normal, good to go, and we'll see what happens there. But until that happens, we'll reset the lobby. And again, I've just been impressed. I mean, Primal had 7-8 shots in game number 2.
Crazy.
Like he absolutely was the MVP. And because again, you could have 11 shots in one goal, but if you're taking 11 shots and they're high quality shots, you're making it that much more difficult for the defense. So again, it just comes down to finding opportunities, which he was able to do.
Yeah, absolutely. It's more the sort of the chances being created at the moment. I think that's the key thing here, is that you take a look at what Shelby County are able to do. It's just a case of they are creating more chances in that game, at least, than Dupont were able to do. So maybe things change here as we go into game number 3. Of course, it's 1-1 in the series. Now let's get into game 3 and see who can take the series lead.
Let's do it. I'm excited. I'm just happy we're going to game 5. I went to sleep last night, listened to some music, and then when I was dreaming, I was like, ooh, game 5. And I woke up and it came true. So, just priorities, man. I'm happy that we get to see an extension of this series, which is what we all want. But about 20 or so seconds gone here, and all the pressure still remains in the blue half. Ducky going to try to extend. That might be pinch out. Thought if he got to that ball a little bit quicker, might have seen the first goal, but Manuel Crimson's have to fall back on defense for the moment.
So, Judge in there to pass it into the orange box. I was a little bit concerned about where he was putting that ball, but nonetheless, it's not going to matter too much as a great clear comes in from Plasma. Maybe getting something off this? Absolutely not, says Goomba. But it's Flaming Ducky going for a shot. Should be an easy get for Primal, and it is. Pressure now once again on the Manual Crimsons here as Plasma just flies through their hair relatively aimlessly. Potential shot coming in here from Primal. Absolutely not. Flaming Ducky now looking to get it past a couple of defenders. Not to be. I'm going to flick it up into the air in the mid. Yo-Yo goes high to meet it. A few unnecessary flicks there. Might have been the reason for it, but it doesn't matter. Jurgen shoots it as two players just sit there inside the box. It's an easy goal for Jurgen.
Long distance once again. Upper 90 works out. Tried to save it, wasn't able to. And when Plasma kind of whiffed in the air, I was thinking of the word faffing around, and I don't know if that's the right term, but
isn't that a British? I think
that's a British term. So yeah, I would say he was faffing around. Come on, get your game up, ready? What's going on?
Yeah, well, I don't want to go too British on everyone here. I know this is an American tournament, so I feel like if I go too British, it might,
You're it's okay if you're afraid we're going to throw your Rocket League into the river again. I understand, but nice touch there from Primal. All the way down to tie this one up. Finds the equalizer. Again, Yo-Yo with the assist. We've seen this a couple of times. Self-serve and Primal beating the defense to the ball. Nice pre-jump. Get the goal.
And again, tied game. These two teams are really going at it. Taking turns to take those shots. And as we can see, scoring 2 of them here in this game. But straight off the start, Primal gets the ball past Plasma. Also goes for the demo as well. And that should open up a lane here for Yo-Yo to try it. Goomba takes a shot, but it is wide. The second is good enough, though. Nice touch to finish it off. It's a little bit janky, but it does the job.
That's been the history of my Rocket League career. A little bit janky, but still need to work on some of the aerials. Goomba, however, Again, second touch and those extensions, those opportunities that come from using the backboard, the bottom right post. Those chances are so crucial. 2-1 lead. And Shelby County, you know, we touted them in game 1. They fall a little bit short. But we go back the other way, they'll beat that, no problem. And they currently have a 2-1 game lead.
2-1 up now are the Rockets' goal. Again, Goomba responsible for it. Now let's see if there's going to be a response from Manual Crimsons. They've been good at responding thus far in this series. Yo-Yo going to send it out. Potential here for the Rockets' goal to do something. It's a one-on-one. Yo-Yo versus Plasma. Plasma covers the angle correctly. Yo-Yo has to back out of it. Still, though, the danger here for the Manual Crimsons as Primal has ball possession. A nice push from Jurgen. Flame and Ducky now going to come through. You've got to get this ball away if you're the Manual Crimsons. And they do. And now into the blue half.
Right clear as well. Little flip. And the cross. Nice save of the net. Yo-Yo. Second touch going to come in. That one will be good enough, though. Is Gurgen on the second opportunity. Puts it towards the upper 90, and that ball just ricochets itself right into the center of the net.
And it's these angles that your opposition are just not going to expect. Now, that ball's never going in, they say, is it? It's to the top of the bar and slides its way in a goal. And what a competitive game we have, Sean, on our hands here between the Manual Crimsons and Rockets' goal. Back and forth this goes as they're trading shots and goals. And 2 minutes left here on the clock. Which team once again takes the lead? So far it's been Rockets' goal who have been taking advantage per se, but the Manual Crimson send a ball long. It is a little bit wide. Primal now looking to send one back. It goes into the orange half. Nobody there to receive it, but still danger here for the Manual Crimsons.
We've opened up the volleyball part of the game, which is always nice. I enjoy volleyball. Primal, going to slow it. Nice slow as well. What a great one at that. Again, you put that ball a little bit too hard towards the upper part of the box, so you try to move towards the right corner. It's going to get saved. Instead, a little fadeaway shot makes it work. 3-2. Rockets goal take the lead right back.
And it actually just dukes out Primal there, I think is more to the point, right? Primal was looking for that.
Yeah.
Or I think Plasma, sorry, was actually looking to save that, but it doesn't happen. Plasma was expecting a little different type of shot there, but nonetheless, 90 seconds now to go in this one. The Rockets gold side looking to get their series lead for the first time here in this matchup for Kentucky. We're in the play versus Fall 2020 High School Championship. A bit of a janky play going on in the corner as the fight for the ball gets dirty. Goomba comes out though for a clear. Primal sends the ball high. Urgent going out to meet. Manual Crimson looking to apply some pressure here. There's 2 players in defense, make it number 3. Primal gets it away for now, and now the Manual Crimson's going to have to go on defense again. They need to make sure they get this ball away from their half. There's only 50 seconds left on the clock.
Well, decent pinch. Keep putting the pressure on. Of course, you would love an insurance goal at this moment. Don't know if you'll get it. On the other side for the Crimsons, you are looking for a clear. You start applying some pressure in the blue half if you're lucky enough. You need to boost starve them out. The problem is you're losing the midfield pressure. So Goomba's going to send that one up to Yo-Yo. On target. Right back down. Dangerous save. Keeps this one in front of the line. Second touch. Anyone there to cross. Primal up by himself. Here comes Goomba. Fall back the other way. 14 seconds to go. Decent clear, but don't worry. Primal's pushed up. Now you have everyone pushed up for Rockets gold, so surely you're going to pull some players back. Don't want to give up a long clear. That one's on target. Follow-up shot not going to be there. Have to keep it up, and it will touch. So, honestly, aside from currently Dupont taking a 2-1 series lead, or excuse me, Shelby County taking a 2-1 series lead, anyone who has to eventually play Kentucky, good luck, because these guys are playing ruthlessly through the midfield. They are just putting pressure after pressure after pressure on these balls, and you know, both teams just looking so well polished with a lot of these hits. We have 2 goals for Gurgen, 2 shots, so 100% from the field. But they just, I mean, they're winning the 50s, they're winning the challenges. They are just everywhere on the field right now.
there is not a lot to separate these two teams
No.
at the moment. That's how I feel about this right now, right? This is a real close game between these two. It's the closest I think we've had so far from day one and day two, which is great because maybe this is going to be like a case where we're starting as we mean to go on, right? Where the rest of the games today are going to be super close. But I'm super impressed with these two teams, right? Both Dupont and Shelby County are performing extremely well. They're not actually making that many mistakes, to be honest. There's a lot of aggression. If Dupont can maybe get their defense up just a little bit better, make sure you clear the ball more meaningfully, I think they'll be okay. Obviously, I mean, I say that in the casting booth like I could do it. But, if they can maybe get some better clears on the defense, they'll be all right. Because I think the problem is at the moment, they are just being hammered. And when they get goals, it's more of it's a counter-attack play. So they need more of those, I think, to get this working.
Absolutely. So I'm looking forward to game number 4. And, it means that we go to a game 5 guaranteed. So winner of this, if it's Shelby County, you're up 3-1. If you're Dupont, you're tied series here. So this is a big one. This is a momentum game. This is a swing game. Let's get into it. And a couple of times, Brody, we have, I say a couple of times, but we have spent our years watching things like S&D where, rounds 4, 5, and 6, or rounds 3, 4, and 5, depending on the scoreline, is like the swing round. Those are your momentum rounds. And this is very much a similar thing where you tie this up, you tie 2-2 for Manual Crimsons. If your Rockets gold in Shelby County, you're looking to go up 3-1 and essentially be knocking on series point.
That's what you'd like to see if you're a Rockets gold. But of course, Manual Crimsons, they've still got quite a lot left in the tank here. They do not want to let that happen, and they do have the potential to do it. I think that's the key thing here. This is not the same kind of storyline as we saw yesterday, where it was essentially Team A rolling over Team B by a relatively large margin, regardless of which match you're watching. This is a close match by all measures. First shot coming down, though, from Primal. Should be an easy save for Jurgen, and it is. But, a nice shot. It has Venom on from Yo-Yo. I don't think Manual Crimsons were expecting that.
I don't think many of us were expecting that, let alone myself. Yo-Yo has done this a couple of times where he's brought the ball up the sidewall and self-served to a teammate on assist, but finally says, no, I'll take it myself. And he does it, and that's the danger now, is that he feels comfortable with his accuracy, and he's able to set up his teammates. So a 1-0 lead. And with only 4 minutes to go, plenty of time still, but, oh, God, the momentum is certainly on Shelby County's side, and they are knocking on being on series point.
Well, Rockets gold looking for this off it. Oh, it's a lovely shot, unfortunately, just a little bit higher. Second attempt coming in, but Primal with the save. Oh, dear, that was so close to Manual Crimson's getting that equalizer. Unfortunately, they're not able to find it. And now Rockets gold need to get this ball away. Judging there, 50. A little bit haywire for both teams, really. As this ball goes across, somebody's got to be there. And again, it's Plasma with a great clear. I said the defense really wasn't that bad. They just need to get the ball further up the field.
Oh,
the back
what
of it, and
a
a lovely bump. Oh my goodness, Plasma able to work that one in. If he misses that off the back of the bump, there'll be some words being had.
My God. Really just body slams both of them out of the way. And again, that's where the physicality comes in. If you're not going to demo, if you're not going to be like a first killer and clear the line, so you have a second chance, just take them all out, man. I love it. 1-1. What a great way to get that goal.
Kind of reminded me of Hulk there for a moment. just going through, just like, yeah, guys, come me by the way, please. I got a ball that needs to go in the goal.
Take out that bunker, no problem. Just walks his way through.
Hulk smash as we see 1-1 now in this series. Again, these teams are so closely matched, and that was a beautiful play from the Manual Crimsons. But Goomba forcing the ball upfield. Judging there for a clear, and you can see the Rockets gold retreating here towards their half. They know that an attack's coming, knocking at the door. Rockets gold, send them away though. No Christmas carols over here. Goomba now looking for this. It comes into the box. Is somebody going to be there to receive it? Primal away, unfortunately not in position for the next shot. So the first goal has been denied, but still this momentum, this pressure, it's building.
2 minutes to go. So much time. Nice pitch. That's a goal. Saved away. Goomba, right place, right time. No boost. Barely gets that save. Follow-up shot going to come in. It'll be taken out. But man, sometimes it's the scariest pinch that it can just burn you. But luckily, they hold members back. Rockets Gold don't want to give away any chance to take this series up 3-1. For the moment, though, a little pinch, a little cheeky one into the corner. Not real much on this play, though, because the ball kind of sits in dead air. Finally, we get to the orange half. Minute 53. Couple of seconds gone. Ducky, that one's going to be off the back wall. Taken out. Goomba bringing it back to midfield. Numbers now up. Manuel Crimson had a chance, but Plasma gets taken off the play.
1 minute 30. It's anyone's game still on this one. It really feels like it's been the story of this matchup thus far. But it is the Manuel Crimsons looking for this second goal. Jurgen puts it in. Plasma looking for the shot. It's a weak clear from Yo-Yo, so there's still some danger here to be found. And look at this, the Manuel Crimsons. Oh my god, that long shot. Flaming Ducky actually gets it in. I think that was a pass from Jurgen from all the way out. Flaming Ducky able to receive. It's the smallest of redirects, but it does enough to send it just wide of Primal.
Sometimes that's all you need, Brody. Just the tiniest of touches. Just the tiniest of little caresses on that ball, and you get enough English behind it to get it where you need to. A minute 15, 75 seconds to go here in game number 4. And, man, we could be looking... We could be looking at going to 6 games, which, my God, Rocket League gods, you just work in mysterious ways. We go to the corner. 60 seconds to go. Off the top of the wall. We'll take it back out to midfield. Here's Gurgen. What's he going to apply next? Open net. Okay, we're going to roll this one in slowly. I don't want to take it away from you, Ducky, but I was thinking about it. I was thinking about taking that goal. 3-1, a commanding lead here in game number 4. And all of a sudden, we could have a tie series.
Flaming Ducky just letting that one go in, and Rocket's goal kind of unfortunate there that there was an immediate response to the clear. As you say, 3-1 now, 50 seconds left on the clock. Given the pace at which we've seen goals so far in this matchup, I don't know if Rocket's goal are going to be able to do this, but let's see. Let's not count them out just yet. There's still absolutely time. Manuel Crimson's looking for this one. Flaming Ducky does take out Goomba. That's going to make this attack all the more harder. As the shot comes down, though, it doesn't matter. You don't need him. Yo-Yo comes from high, gets the goal in. 29 seconds left on the clock is short. This is still possible.
Anything is possible. It's always winnable, my man. 3-2, plenty of time. 30 seconds is an eternity in Rocket League. Hell, 5 seconds is an eternity in Rocket League. 3-2, though. Who's going to win the kickoff? That's the question for the moment. It looks like Rocket's Gold will. A couple of challenges ensue. They keep this ball up. Here comes Yo-Yo. That's a shot, and that's a goal. 3-3, we have a tie game.
Well, you said anything's possible, Sean. There it is. Yo-Yo able to single-handedly bring this in. Or I say single-handedly. That was a lovely pass from Goomba. Able to just flick it over a couple of defenders. Yo-Yo comes in from high, and their aerials are really good. I really like seeing Yo-Yo in the air at the moment. And now 3 of the 3 here. 20 seconds left on the clock. Manuel Crimson's, their lead has evaporated, and with 15 seconds left, wouldn't it just be heartbreaking to see the Rockets Gold get 3 goals in this short space of time here? Yo-Yo looking for it. Unfortunately, just flips away. Virgin gonna get it away. Plasma also misses the ball. I think they just want to dead this potentially. I mean, Ducky comes in. This could be a goal, and it is. Ducky brings it in. Plasma able to finish. I think Rockets Gold, their mind just lulled for a second. They believed that was going to be overtime. No, absolutely not, says Plasma and Ducky as they pass it through. The Manuel Crimsons, they almost had it stolen away. But the lead is enough in the end as they get a buzzer beater to finish.
The game is not over until the ball touches the ground. Tie game, tie series. And you know, Rockets Gold, that was their game to win. They had 2 goals in the last minute or so. Yo-Yo with a hat trick. And they had a chance to send this to OT. But they get a little bit quiet. They fall back on defense, and they're not able to clear it out. But Manuel Crimson's just the awareness, right, to continue to send numbers and get a chance for a shot. Nice clear. And again, we sit at a tie series, so we're guaranteed 6 games, which means, for the moment, let's hold on to our hats, we could go to a game 7. Okay, Brody, so you might be right here. You might be right that we see a full length of matches today, so I'm excited. But, man, you want to talk about 2 teams that are so evenly matched that either team could be, you know, it could be like, this could have been 4-0, and we'd be like, hey, this is one of the closest series we've seen. Like, it doesn't do it justice. 2-2 is a hell of a scoreline. So...
We will go to a game 7.
Is that
I
how
am
you're feeling?
convinced of it. Yeah,
Okay.
100%. This is a
Okay.
game 7. I got no doubt in my mind.
Okay.
This is game. I'm telling you, it's not just a game 7 in match 1. It's game 7 in match 2, match 3. They're all game 7s.
I'll take it.
Right? I mean,
I'll take it.
this is how the today is going to go. Because obviously, if yesterday was 4-0s throughout the entire day, it's game 7s throughout the entirety of today. And if any match is deserving of a game 7 finish, it's this one. These two teams are so closely matched. They're playing extremely well, and they're trading blows. I think that's probably the key thing here. Is it's not like they're getting trounced in every game.
Sure.
Every single time, it's this constant back and forth on the field. This is Rocket League at its best, and I'm excited to see how this series does end, because now we're in a 2-2 situation.
Yeah, we are. And again, the winner of this represents their region. So let's get into game number 5. I can do math. Tied up 2-2. And again, this is a big one. We say it a lot where, oh, this is the swing game. Oh, this is a momentum game. This is very much, hey, you're on series point. Whoever wins this, you have a good chance of winning the series. I hope this goes 7. I feel like it will at this moment. It's gone back and forth. Literally 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2. Like, it's just going to go to 3-2, then 3-3, and we're going to go to game 7. And I don't know who's going to win. But I am excited for it, and I want to see it happen. Let's get into the action.
And Rocket's Gold, they're not going to be happy with the fact that they lost that last game, especially with the way in which they came back, specifically Yo-Yo, who got all 3 goals for Rocket's Gold in game of 3. Lovely shot from Primal, actually, or pass over from Primal, sorry, as he gets it over 2 players. This is potential here for Rocket's Gold. Primal is going to receive it. Gurgen actually gets an inadvertent redirect all the way through to the orange defense, but Goomba brings it down into the net once again. This is great early pressure here from Rocket's Gold.
If history tells us anything, I believe, if I'm reading this correctly, we will see at least Dupont probably take this game, because I'm just going off of they took game 1 and then they lost game 2 and they lost game 3 and they took game 4. So actually going back and forth, but there's a difference of 2, so it's like 2x minus 1 equals the winner of this. I don't know, but I just think that we're going to game 7, and I want to see it. I want to see a nice little flip like that. No goals yet, though. We're about a minute in. Go back to the midfield line. Ducky. Anyone in net? Hello. Bang. No one there to challenge him on the second touch. And he kind of just walks his way into the back of the net.
And that's a mistake there from Yo-Yo, actually, coming off the reposition from the initial hit. He was facing a different player. Flaming Ducky, of course, was the threat and was able to get it past them. So 1-0 now to the Manual Crimsons, doing extremely well here as the kickoff is won by the Manual Crimsons. They send it right into the blue half immediately. Asma has something to say about that, though. Flaming Ducky coming down, wants goal number 2. Oh, just whiffs it. Still, though, there's potential here for the Manual Crimsons. Goomba, though, making his way up the field. It's Rocket's Gold looking for a goal here to equalise this game. I mean, this has just been the situation thus far. It's just been, one team, they get ahead, then there's an equaliser, then another team falls ahead, then there's an equaliser. It's constant, man. This game is so good.
There's nothing quite like Rocket League, nor is there anything quite like a Game 5, or Game 7, because we're playing best of 7. It is a unique experience, to say the least. However, though, crunch time begins for both sides. Crimson's with a goal, but not a lot of room to spare here. Ducky, they're trying to send this one down to the corner. He will. Big bomb. Oh, Plasma. Oh, my God. The testosterone. I'm having a stroke. Starting to come out for both teams, and finally Plasma makes it 2-0.
It's a lovely shot as well from Plasma. 2 minutes 40 now left on the clock after this kickoff. I know Crimson's pull ahead with a 2-0 lead. Rocket's Gold need to get something going in their favour at the moment. They have had chances, just haven't really been able to work them, and there's potential. 50 goes the way of the defense as Manual Crimson's able to get the ball away momentarily. Danger has been averted. Asmo, though, in the air, needs to win this one. Unfortunately doesn't, as Rocket's Gold, once again, looking for this ball. Good bump, actually, from Plasma. Works for a moment to give the Manual Crimsons some space to breathe, but up high again. And these challenges in the air, man, they are so crucial. I think we've seen more air challenges in this game than we saw probably collectively yesterday.
Well, yeah, and a lot of it really does kill the lanes you use to pass this ball. So a lot of it is shutting down the offense for both teams. Go to the corner as well. Plasma going to circle back around. He's going to be, I was going to say he's going to be the third man back, but instead he's going to run up and try to play point. Everyone committing at the moment. And now we go back to midfield. Ducky going to send it to the corner. He will extend. Not a lot of boost. Run into each other. They get possession back in the blue half. Rockets Gold need to stay alive. They are down 2 goals. And again, this is a big game for both teams. You take series lead. Primal extending, keeping this play alive with no boost. Dangerous, though, and they get it back out to the other corner.
1 minute 17 left on the clock now. As Rockets Gold look to bring this ball in for a goal. So far, I don't think they've even had really a shot in this game. It's been all manual Crimson's hit. Rockets Gold, they found themselves in the orange half, but they've never really felt like they were bringing any danger to the table for the manual Crimsons. Not here, at least. And that's been down to some great position from manual Crimsons, always in having that third player back ready for a defensive hit. But here we go, potential, and there it is again. It's Gurgen this time, in goal, but Primal, another threat, Plasma, there to deal with it, and again, it's brilliant positioning from the manual Crimsons. They're refined, but still, more threats coming. Goomba just isn't in the position to deal with it. Another shot now, and Flaming Ducky is there, and it's this consistent third man the manual Crimsons just continue to have on board. Rockets Gold just cannot get past them.
Primal. A lot of boost. Grab the back corner. Taking away resources, but you have 12 seconds and you need to intercept this ball, cut it down like they do. Need to score within the next 2. We have a chance. Problem is they're running out of time. 5 to go. This one will come back down to earth. We will kill the game. Impossible now. And they will take game number 5. Manual Crimson's up 3-2 in the series. So, you know, it seems like for the moment, there was a couple of chances for Rockets Gold, but they just were unable to connect. And Dupont, I was right. Dupont will take game 5, and we go to game 6 now. And we have a chance here to see a game 7, which, you know, that's kind of what we're banking on. I just want to see game 7. But both these teams so evenly matched, Brody, and it seems like, you know, we're going back and forth. One team now has a chance, then they get it taken away. Then the other team has a chance, they get taken away. Then they score, It just is back and forth. This is the closest match we have seen compared to yesterday ever. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I will say, I think in terms of this game, this match specifically, that was, I think, the best that we have seen Dupont play so far. They were playing very, very well there against the Shelby County team. Honestly, I think just the way they were playing that, defensively speaking, they got the goals they needed, and then they just essentially were continuing playing this sort of, they always had somebody back to deal with the threats that were coming their way. They didn't really care whether or not they had full control of the field. Right. They just needed to make sure that they had a player constantly giving issues to the opposition. It worked really well there, and I really love to see that from Dupont. So now, one more game of Rocket League away from being our Kentucky representatives.
We're almost there. Let's get into game number 6. Are we on series point? Did Dupont take the series 4-2 and what would have been, again, a much more highly contested scoreline? Or do we go to game 7? We can only wait and see. For now, though, let's get into the game. More importantly, Primal needs to have a big game. Like he had 7 shots in game 1. He needs to have the same kind of success here. They want to send this to a game 7.
Well, let's see. I'm feeling a game 7. I'm pretty sure it's going to happen. You know, I'm a clairvoyant. I know exactly
don't know about that,
what is going to happen in the world of Rocket. Yeah, man, you can call me John Barrett. I'm a clairvoyant. As Minor Crimsons looking to close it out here, though. They do not want a game 7, and they were very good there on the defense. Not a touch necessary. Unfortunately, that attempt does put a player out of position. Yo-Yo comes in for the pass. Primal gets the score.
I think it's fair to say that we might be in store for a game 7. Only a 1-goal game. Yes, sure, but 4:04 to go. Again, it all comes down to just killing the clock and managing your time. Play the 4-minute drill is what most teams tend to do once they have a lead, which is basically playing not to lose. At the moment, we're going to keep possession. Goom going to go up with it. Primal circling back. He'll fall back in transition. Yo-Yo, open net for the moment. Someone better get to this ball, and they will. And, Crimsons have to find a way to score. That one's going to come down sharply. It will. Follow-up shot, a little bit high. Anyone else there? have an extension for the numbers, but still, the challenges ensue on the sidewall. And we've seen Yo-Yo go up and take that ball off the sidewall a couple of times. They missed the hit, and Goomba gets the goal, but that one should have been saved.
Indeed it should. Goomba somehow stays in the air there. Oh.
Yep, just missed it.
Wow.
Sometimes you just miss it. It's okay. It happens, but pain. You know?
Yeah. Hit or miss, huh? I guess he did miss.
I want you fired so fast.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Well, I mean, this is a high school tournament, so they'll get that reference. But, know your audience, Sean. And there it is, number 3, Rockets Gold. What happened last game? You didn't see anything because Rockets Gold are playing different.
Again, Yo-Yo with the assist. I mean, how many assists is that in this series? 3, 4? He's just always in the right place. He's always serving it up to a teammate. 3-0 now, and you can start to feel the snowball effect. We're going to be going to a Game 7.
You would like to think that, wouldn't you, Sean?
I would,
Game 7, yes. It stinks of a Game 7. As Rockets Gold have dominated thus far in this one. 3-0. They have played excellent Rocket League. As Manual Crimson's now looking to get their first goal on the board. Goomba does actually miss. I think that was actually intentional because he knew Yo-Yo was in the midfield. Plasma, though, coming in from high, still has a flip reset to work with. Hits the ground instead. Misses that backboard shot, and a little bit janky here from the Manual Crimsons. But there's still a chance. Plasma, again, you missed that shot. I know it's really hard. You've got a very flat still. It is unfortunate because it means you just lose all of that pressure you're building up.
What's wrong with your car? It's very flat.
It's very flat. It's a small car, right? Okay, what do you want from me? This is why you should use the Octane, because it's
not
bigger.
True. The Dominus is the Ominous Indominus Dominus is the best car in the game. But I am a Fennec main, so I will stick by my Fennec all day, every day. The Octane, Octane is boring. People use the Octane. They all want to be strikers. We all get it. Yeah. You think you're nice at Rocket League. You are as well. That's the good part. Is they think they're nice, and they are nice. Problem is, though, you're still down 3 goals. You've got 2 minutes to go. So you basically need a goal a minute, which is entirely doable. But they're not winning a lot of these challenges. They're kind of whiffing on some of these hits, and it's giving way back to midfield. Redirect there. It'll get saved, no problem. Into the corner we go. How do you maintain possession? That's the question. Primal sending it off the backboard, taken away, and they've burned about 15 seconds off the clock, so you're running out of time as this game progresses.
Well, Goomba and Yo-Yo both going to go for the same ball here. I mean, those kind of mistakes don't really matter at this point, to be honest. There's 1 minute 30 left on the clock. All you're doing is essentially just wasting time. Jurgen goes for it, and there it is. Ducky in for it. If Jurgen, I think he actually attempted to leave the ball to go for a bump on the defender. Unfortunately, the defender didn't actually come into his line of fire. Instead, Goomba comes for a save. It's a weak one, though, and Ducky is able to finish what Jurgen couldn't. Manual Crimsons find themselves on the board. This is still absolutely within the realms of possibility. I mean, we cast our minds back to what, game 3, I think it was, game 4, where the Rockets Gold were down 2-3, or 1-3, sorry. I mean, even though they lost still in the final seconds of the game. Okay, there it is. As I'm saying it, this is still possible, if not probable. Manual Crimsons, they get 2 goals within the space of 15 seconds.
And we haven't seen this long shooting since, what, games 3 and 4? Both teams have been much more physical in the front of the box. Finally, Manual Crimsons are starting to get a little bit more comfortable and say, hey, we'll take that shot from our back line. We'll take the shot behind midfield. And you're seeing that come out now. Hall of Fame range extender badge locked in for both teams. We'll try to take it out. Challenge leaves that ball in dead traffic. Who's going to go up? Plasma will be there. That's on net, and that is a great save from Yo-Yo to come out of the back of the net and keeps this game at 3-2.
Might be the save that forces game number 7 here. Yo-Yo has just been exemplar for Rockets Gold. Needs another one, though. Goomba actually gets a touch there, I believe. Plasma, though, it's just too powerful of a shot to deal with. Jurgen puts it off the back wall. No touch, actually, from Goomba, but nonetheless, it flies past them. And Manual Crimsons, they find the 2 goals we were talking about, Sean. They force it to 3-3. 45 seconds still in this one, though. This is still anybody's game. It could finish before overtime.
As they've come back, this is your game to lose now. Last thing you want to do is give Rockets Gold a chance to score, but they'll take it out. 34 seconds to go. Put this ball on the ground, a little flip there. No boost, so Ducky, not much he can do on defense, just has to find a way to get his body in front of the ball and stall out. We'll take it out. Oh, they get an awkward hit. Again, this ball has not been cleared for either team. Finally, we go back to length of the field. Nice redirect. Yo-Yo, no boost. We'll get the corner. To midfield. Primal extending. Tie game still. 6 seconds to go. Yo-Yo going to come back down with it. We might be seeing an OT just a moment.
Well, the ball's not dead yet, and now it is. Overtime here between these two teams. Could well be an overtime which ends this series before we get our first game 7. So sad, wouldn't it? But game 7 still on the cards here. If Manual Crimsons don't score this, if Rockets Gold do, Yo-Yo has been star of the show, at least in the last few games for Rockets Gold. Looking to be it, and there we go. A couple of demos. That is surely going to open up the field here as the pressure could continue to mount. Yo-Yo with a third demo, and it's going to be a goal from Yo-Yo to close it out. There it is. Yo-Yo actually gets the demo on the plasma. Primal passes it back down, and a last little touch from Yo-Yo. A lovely 1-2 situation. Rockets Gold, they force our game 7 of the Play vs. Fall 2020 High School Championship.
And people are wondering, man, you get demoed, so it's the numbers advantage, right? No, the problem is when you come off a demo, you only have 30 boosts. So when you come off the demo, you're not thinking, let me go get boost. You're thinking, let me get back in the play to save a goal, and you're burning all of your boost to get back in the play. So you essentially have none once you get back into the action. So it can kill a defense like it did there. We go to a game 7, and finally the physicality comes out, something that was lacking in that game. And Brody, game 7 time. Who do you got taking it?
I can't do this.
You must predict.
I can't be saying.
You must predict.
I must predict.
You must.
I got Rockets Gold. I gotta say,
okay.
I got Rockets Gold. I feel like when they are in the lead over their opposition, they do look a little bit there. We see these kind of shots, and I honestly feel like if you actually take a look at these two teams, the reason they're doing so well against one another is not because of the mechanical skill. It's because of the teamwork. They are both very good units, and when we discussed that yesterday, we said that these guys need to be good units. They need to be good as a 3, and they both are. But I feel like where Rockets Gold are currently pulling ahead here is actually the mechanical skill. You saw that in that very final goal there from Yo-Yo, who is just incredible of a player. I feel like they're just a tiny bit better in that field. But hey, who knows? I could be wrong. It wouldn't be the first time, but we're going to get a game 7 either way. I don't care who
Listen,
wins. I'm just happy we got a game 7.
I'm excited. Like you said, I just want to get into this game 7. So more importantly, let's do it. Let's get into our game 7. Who's going to take it? Again, winner of this just represents the region. So if you're fighting this hard to represent Kentucky, you are going to be a force in the bracket and never has to play you. For the moment, though, we get into game 7, and we'll see who's going to take it. Almost an opening goal off kickoff, but we burn about 10 seconds, and both teams still fighting for a spot in midfield. No one able to get a grasp on the ball just yet.
Jumbo going high here. Primal ready to receive. His first goal will be so important. It feels like it's really dictated the pace of a number of these games in this series. Whoever scores first might just have the better fortune in this game 7. Guma, that 50 has been lost. Fine, we're going to have to send it out to the other corner to make sure this gets away, at least momentarily, but unfortunately isn't going to get that ball. Pressure still mounting here from the Manual Crimsons. You can see Ducky puts it away to the other corner, and this is a great hit here from Primal. Now Plasma feeling the pressure.
A minute gone. No one to score yet. Very strong clear out of the box. We go the length of the field. No boost, though. As Primal's going to back up. Go up the wall to meet it. Great challenge and recovery on the play. Numbers now pushing up for Manual Crimsons. As we had talked a lot about... They split defenders. We'll hold on to a minute. We had talked a lot about Shelby County and how this roster has competed in the past. And all they need now to continue to write the script here is an opening goal. That might be it. It will be. The cross doesn't work. And Goomba with the slow takes both defenders out of the play and finds the first goal of Game 7.
I'm interested to see what the defender was actually doing here. That's kind of unfortunate in a way. Manual Crimson's defender flies just a little bit prematurely across the goal line. Gives away that one. Now Rockets Gold, they score first. I said earlier on that could be a real indicator about who was going to win this Game 7, considering how much it's dictated the series scoreline thus far. The Manual Crimsons, they look a little bit threatening here. Ducky in a fight against Goomba for the ball. Goomba ends up winning that one. Persian gets it away momentarily. Primal there to receive, though. Ducky from up high. It's a weak shot. Is Yo-Yo able to get a hit on it? Primal to the right corner here. Goomba still ready for this. This is still some pressure in from the Rockets Gold. They love this corner, hoping for somebody to receive it. And again, it's just a little bit wide for Primal. Now maybe an opportunity here for the Manual Crimsons to get back. It's a great play from Goomba to read what the player was going to do there.
Well, second touches towards the back wall. Go back down onto the ground. It was a 1v1 in midfield. Manual Crimsons try to play this through the corner. Setting up for a teammate, but no one's there for the moment. Circling back in a little bit high, and that one goes to the adjacent side, so we will go there as well. Yo-Yo taken out on the play. Demo from Plasma. Follow up as well. So 3-2. Pressure now mounting. It's only a 1-goal lead. Both sides desperately needing a goal to either secure this game 7, give them a chance to tie it up. Follow-up shot blocked, dunked in, and Goomba with the dunk makes it 2-0.
Well, let's take a look at this one. Primal brings it down. Unfortunately, that was actually a 50 on both occasions. Actually, Goomba goes for a late hit there. Predicts where the defensive player is going to go. Works out perfectly as the Rockets Gold 2-0 up now. That has proven in this game to not been that large of a margin, of course. We've seen a couple of overtimes forced in areas where we didn't think they were going to happen. So this game far from over. If the Manual Crimsons can get their act together in this game, they will be perfectly fine. But this is an opportunity. There it is! Plasma goes for the double tap. You're going to see it again here. Ducky comes in for the pass, lays it up for Plasma, who hits the backboard, flies high for it in the back of the car, the bumper, to close out the shot. Manual Crimsons, they have a response, Sean.
That is such a difficult shot to hit. And again, I don't want to understate it. Yeah, that's the right word. It's like that should not have gone in, and the fact that the timing worked out, he got the rest of his car on that ball. Like that is, again, such a difficult shot to hit. You won't see many pros do that, let alone someone in the high school circuit. 2-1. Game's still winnable for Manual Crimsons, but they desperately need that kind of aggression to continue in the blue half. Couple of whiffs. Rockets Gold don't have numbers, but the follow-ups are still here. The extension's working out. The numbers start to follow in. Slow this one. Goomba to the sidewall. Can he get it back out? Second touch there. We go back to midfield.
Good attempt for a clear from Goomba, but Manual Crimson still threatening here. Plasma looking to win this challenge, and it does. It's a shot towards goal. A great clear from Goomba. Rockets Gold hang on to their lead with 50 seconds on the clock. Now, again, Rockets Gold looking for the dagger in this game. Unfortunately, they're not going to find it as the Manual Crimson. They send a goal towards it. Oh, and Goomba again saves it. A second saving shot here.
That ricochet almost burned him. That ricochet almost did it. 30 seconds. We go in transition. We'll go the length of the field. Virgin to Goomba. Anyone else there? No. Kind of a 1-2 hit for the moment. Rockets Gold not setting a lot of numbers. They don't want to lose this game, so they're playing not to lose at the moment. The problem is that they're getting beat on the transition. That's a swing. Misses the cross. 9 seconds to go here in Game 7. And they're taking this one back in the wrong way. I know you're trying to set up for a teammate, but you burned about 6 seconds off the clock. They've kept it on the ground. You have to keep this ball up. It will spike. And Rockets Gold, Goomba, Primal, and Yo-Yo. In Game 7, Shelby County survive, and they will take the series.
And Goomba gets MVP at the end of the game,
Yep.
and rightfully so. You can see the 700 score on the points. 5 saved.
Yep.
3 of those
Yep.
were in the last closing moments. Saves, which absolutely saved them. 3 chances for the Manual Crimsons to force OT, and they don't get it because Goomba goes huge. So the Rockets Gold rightfully going through Shelby County, making their way as the Kentucky representatives in our final bracket, and it's such a well-deserved win as well in Game 7. Although I will say, Sean, that could have gone either way there. The Rockets Gold and the Crimson, I mean, they both look like great rosters.
Yeah, honestly, that entire series could have gone either way. It was an impressive display for what the Kentucky state and the region actually can do. And I know that they have a lot of young talent in that Rocket League community. So, and very, very impressive. Again, both teams looking so good. And, it just, again, it shows you that you can never count anyone out when When two teams are on their game, they're on their A game, trying to fight for a spot, even though it's single elim. Either one could have taken that game and taken this series, and I was just impressed. I was left impressed, and man, this team looks scary. They're able to hold on, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do in the remainder of the bracket. But your thoughts on the closing of that Game 7?
Just incredible ending there from the Rockets Gold. They're able to get a few goals in, and I feel kind of bad in a way for the Manual Crimson because they looked really good throughout that series at points. It was just in the last game they just didn't have the same kind of messaging that they did early on, which is to get the ball away from their own half and get it into the other and get that goal ultimately, right? So unfortunate in a way, but the Rockets Gold, they deservedly win that, and are deservedly the representatives for Kentucky.
Absolutely. Well, coming up next, we have John Champ and Kettle Run going head-to-head for Virginia. You're up to bat. We'll see you guys in just a moment. We continue on with the Play versus Fall 2020 High School Championship after this quick break.